In a viral clip, after she made a foul play, Griner appears to mouth something.
Have you ever caught a moment so explosive it rewrote everything you thought you knew? What happens when a superstar's slip of the tongue detonates across social media and forces us to question the very rules of competition? Brittney Griner, kingpin of the court and lightning rod for controversy, has just dropped a bombshell declaration: "I'm a grown man," and the fallout is pure, unfiltered chaos.
Something rather controversial. It might be, though we don't know, trash and possibly.
The clip emerged from a heated showdown with Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenom whose rise has shattered every attendance record and thrust the WNBA into the mainstream. Griner's eyes flashed, her jaws set, and in that split second, she delivered the line heard round the world. The words ricocheted across X and Instagram, igniting a frenzy of lip reader sleuths, algorithmic sleights of hand, and furious debate about gender, fairness, and what it means to compete.
Fucking white girl. Others have suggested it might be trash and fucking whack.
This isn't a playground spat or locker room banter, it's a tectonic shift in sports culture. When the world's algorithmic guardians of nudity failed to flag an old topless post from Griner's own story, fans wondered why Instagram's AI treated that image as if it came from a male body. Suddenly, rumors of hidden testosterone therapy, intersex variation, or hush-hush identity swaps exploded across timelines.
Call. We don't know what she's mouthing, but she seems to, have a mouth on her.
Now every fan, every pundit, and every competitor is clamoring for answers. Did the WNBA knowingly let someone with male physiology stack the deck against cisgendered women? Or is this scandal just another chapter in Griner's storied career? A mix of triumph, tragedy, and unflinching defiance. It all began after a routine foul turned incandescent. Griner, towering at 6'9", shoved back against a call that felt personal. Her glare cut through the court noise, and she spat out those fateful words. Was it bravado? A breakdown? Or a premeditated drop of insider truth? Fans dissected every phoneme, every micro-expression, convinced they'd uncovered a secret identity. Instantly, the clip went viral. Memes were born, podcasts carved out whole episodes, and late-night hosts sharpened their punchlines. Grown man morphed into a rallying cry and a punchline in equal measure. Some celebrated her audacity. Others denounced her as a cheat, but no one could ignore it. Behind the spectacle lies a tangled web of biological science and social policy. Athletic bodies exist along a spectrum. Some intersex traits elevate testosterone levels. Others blur the lines of muscle distribution. Transgender athletes may undergo hormone therapy to align with their identity and league regulations. Yet no public record suggests Griner sought such treatment, and her past has been scrubbed of any official mention of medical transition.
BG, right now you have 10 points, 5 rebounds. We see the Atlanta Dream as being very... Right now she's talking to the...
Enter the resurrected Instagram story. In that 2-year-old video, Griner's chest is exposed, uncensored for an astonishing 106 weeks. Instagram's AI, programmed to conceal female nudity, did nothing. Why? The algorithm saw a male frame. That glitch isn't anecdotal, it's a red flag waving over an industry scrambling to balance inclusion and competitive fairness. The WNBA's rulebook mandates hormone thresholds for transgender participation, but remains silent on intersex conditions. If an athlete's natural hormone level crosses the line, the league can demand medical intervention or deny clearance, yet no investigation has been announced. The silence speaks volumes. Owners, sponsors, and players demand clarity. What if Griner was born biologically male and raised as female? That's one explosive hypothesis. Another posits an intersex condition that boosted her muscle mass and bone density. A third imagines a covert transition with testosterone therapy hidden from fans and league officials. Each scenario shatters comfortable assumptions and raises urgent questions about integrity and trust.
refs about holding.
The integrity of women's sports hinges on a level playing field. Fans expect honest competition, not hidden advantages. If the WNBA allowed an athlete with male physiology to compete undetected, every record, every accolade feels suspect. The very narratives of perseverance and empowerment risk being eclipsed by scandal. Griner has navigated controversy before. Her detainment in Russia, the prisoner exchange that freed her, and the tumultuous adjustment back to American life all fueled fierce sympathy and harsh criticism. She emerged as both hero and villain. Voices across social media demand answers. Some call for a full forensic audit, hormone tests, genetic screenings, and transparent reporting. Others fear a witch hunt, warning that probing an athlete's body violates privacy and invites discrimination. It's a flashpoint between fairness and respect. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's meteoric impact intensifies the debate. Ticket prices for Indiana Fever games doubled, then halved when she sat injured. Clark's presence turned empty arenas into roaring coliseums. Griner's complaint about crowd noise suddenly reads like a feeble grievance, as if she resents the very fans who elevated her sport.
We're going to send it back to you guys.
Very important questions there, I'm sure, for Brittney Griner.
Patrick Bet David, no stranger to competitive commentary, tore into Griner on his podcast. He danced between savage humor and searing rebuke, reminding listeners that Griner was once trapped abroad while an arms dealer walked free in her place. Now, freed and feted, she was whining about fan exuberance. The irony cut deep. Every anecdote piled on the spectacle. Griner's laptop remark claiming you could once get work done courtside became emblematic of a league devoid of expectation. That era belonged to shadow games and ghost arenas. Clark's arrival obliterated that quiet status quo, igniting ratings, merchant deals, and global headlines. But Griner refused to embrace the spotlight she helped ignite. The racial subtext adds another layer. Griner's suggestion of light racism from white fans at Clark games spoke volumes about resentment. For decades, black WNBA stars dominated the league, but seldom commanded mainstream media affection. Clark's fandom upended that dynamic, exposing long-festering grievances about race and attention. Resentment is hardly novel in sports. Michael Jordan faced it when the Pistons drafted rules to throttle his prowess. Serena Williams bore it for years. Rivalries ring loudest when greatness emerges. Clark's brilliance makes her a target, but Griner's slip exposed something deeper. An athlete torn between pride in her body and the rules that govern it. In the NBA, NFL, and MLB, hostile crowds are the norm. Heckling, jostling, and deafening chants fuel the drama. Griner's claim that fans were too loud reeked of entitlement. Professional athletes sign up for pressure. Fans pay to be heard. The roar of a sold-out arena isn't oppression, it's applause and accountability.
I'm glad she's that confident in her abilities. But she's also a little delusional.
So where does the WNBA stand? The league's leadership must weigh privacy rights against competitive integrity. They could mandate hormone tests for all athletes, but that risks privacy violations and public outrage. Or they could launch a targeted probe into Griner's eligibility, placating skeptics at the cost of athlete trust. A brewing scandal threatens to taint every partnership, every broadcast deal. Media executives see the tension as both a ratings bonanza and a risk. Nobody knows how this drama will impact next season's TV contracts. Players themselves sit on a powder keg. Some demand full transparency. If Griner held a hidden advantage, every teammate deserves to know. They fear reputational damage by association. Others defend Griner's privacy, arguing that policing bodies veers into invasive territory.
Like the confidence, BG, but I don't know if that's going to happen. It's not a walk in.
The court of public opinion is equally volatile. Fans pick sides. Those who stand for Griner's right to define herself, and those who see male physiology as an unfair edge. Online polls surge in the millions. Hashtag wars spark emotional pleas and trolling. Meanwhile, the league's silence feels deafening. At stake is more than one athlete's future. This moment tests the WNBA's commitment to fairness, inclusion, and integrity. It challenges the assumptions that define women's sports, and it forces a reckoning with the evolving science of gender and competition. The uproar didn't end when the video cut out. Instead, it rippled outward, crashing into locker rooms, board meetings, and living rooms from Phoenix to Pittsburgh. Every armchair lawyer demanded an investigation, and through it all, Griner sat center stage, caught between her own defiant roar and a league ill-prepared for this level of chaos. It's one thing to handle a fiery on-court spat, it's another to field a full-scale identity controversy with global implications. Fans hungry for drama flooded the comments sections of every major sports site. "Protect the girls!" One side cried. "Protect the truth!" retorted the other. The phrase grown man became shorthand for betrayal or bravado, depending on your angle. Even mainstream outlets felt compelled to weigh in, blurring the line between clickbait and genuine concern. In a world where every click equates to revenue, Griner's moment was like Olympic fuel. Too hot to ignore, too explosive to easily contain.
The park over here.
He says you'd be no better than the third best post player on the men's team.
Within the WNBA offices, panic set in. Executives juggled legal memos, drafted press releases, and scheduled emergency strategy sessions. They knew this wasn't just a rumor mill, they faced a legit crisis over gender verification. The league's history of progressive policies suddenly seemed like a liability. How do you champion inclusion while ensuring a level playing field? The question gnawed at every administrator's conscience because the answer would shape the league's identity for years. Meanwhile, sponsors watched the chaos unfold with hawk-like vigilance. Some paused their ad buys, fearful of being tainted by controversy. Others saw an opportunity. Nothing drives eyeballs like a scandal that cuts to the core of gender politics. A few bold brands even drafted social media posts ready to spring if the investigation cleared Griner, promising to stand for fairness and privacy. Those campaign mock-ups never saw the light of day, but they showed how brand managers now sit at the same table as team owners. Inside the player bubble, teammates rallied and recoiled. Some insisted they'd never suspected a thing. Griner's build was just her build. Others admitted they'd noticed oddities, but chalked them up to her rigorous training regimen. A handful demanded transparency. If Griner's physiology exceeded league limits, they deserved to know before the next tip-off. The locker room mood swung between solidarity and suspicion, testing bonds in a sport that thrives on unity. Pressure mounted on Caitlin Clark, too. Though not involved in the rumor's origin, she found herself in the crosshairs of trolls blaming her meteoric success for fueling jealousy. A fresh-faced rookie suddenly bore the weight of a generation's tension. Could she stay focused while her reputation got dragged into the fray? Clark responded with quiet professionalism, posting a brief statement. "I love this game and all who play it. Let's keep the focus on basketball." But even that invitation to calm was drowned out in the digital roar.
I'm just going to use that to fuel this. I mean, I'm better, but and I know that kind of.
If you've stuck with this story, you know it's only the beginning. The WNBA's journey toward clarity and equity will continue, shaped by every player, every fan, and every voice that refuses to stay silent. So don't just watch. Engage. Keep questioning, keep demanding the truth, and keep supporting the game you love. If you found this deep dive enlightening, smash that subscribe button, hit like, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Let us know how you feel about Griner's ordeal and the future of gender policy in sports. Your voice matters. Because in this game, every shot counts, and every opinion shapes the next play.